There's just a couple of things before we start. If you're going to take any photos, can you please ensure that your flashes are turned off, because they can irritate our donkey's sensitive eyes. And if there's one thing you don't want to do in a confined space, that's irritate one of our donkeys. And the second thing, please be aware that they can and do bite, especially a particularly grumpy donkey who's just been taken away from about her third lunch already this afternoon, and she can't quite tell the difference between fingers and straw just yet, so please be aware. Anyway, my name's Katie, but more importantly, here we have Jigsaw. Now, Jigsaw is one of 4 donkeys we look after here at Carisbrooke. She is 19 years old, and Jigsaw thinks she's part racehorse. She's got these lovely long legs, and she takes this wheel at speeds it was never intended to go. So we do have to keep one eye on Jigsaw and one eye on the brake at all times. Like I say, she's 19 years old, but still a spring chicken in the donkey world. Is the average age in the UK for a donkey is around 35 to 40 years old. However, in the past couple of years, we have seen cases of donkeys living anywhere up to the ages of around 50 or even 60 years old. But much older than any of our donkeys is our wheel. Now, this is the 3rd wheel we've had here at Carisbrooke, and it's over 430 years old this year. It's made of solid oak and it weighs 1.5 tons. If you want to compare, it's around the same sort of weight as a small family car. Now, originally, it would not have been trod by donkeys, it would have been trod by prisoners and servants, and it would have had steps running through the middle just to make it that little bit easier. But it would have taken humans just over half an hour to bring up 1 bucket of water, and that simply was not good enough for an entire castle that depended on this one water supply. So, come 1696, we have the first record of donkeys on the wheel, and they never looked back. See, donkeys could bring up a bucket of water in just 10 minutes. So this was fantastic news for the castle, not such great news for the poor donkey that would have been expected to work anywhere between 12 to 16 hours a day without a break, I'm afraid. And it was up until the 1880s, our records show that there was only ever 1 donkey here at any one time. So not the greatest of lives for these poor animals. But you'll be happy to know that times have changed and you'll never ever see a Carisbrooke donkey doing this workload again. Our donkeys come with their own contracts when they come to us now, and it stipulates in their contracts that they cannot work over 6 minutes a day. Yeah. Now, the longest one of our donkeys has ever worked in a day is a whopping 3.5 minutes, and that was Jigsaw. She is our current record holder. But for those of you brave enough to go up to our keep today, you will see the castle's original well. Now, that one was sunk in 1070. Like this one, it's 49 metres deep or 161 foot. However, the one in the keep has one pivotal design flaw. It doesn't reach any natural source of water whatsoever. It relied solely on rainfall alone. So in 1136, when King Stephen besieged the castle, the defending troops took one look down their well, noticed it was empty, and had to surrender the castle without any battle taking place whatsoever. Then just a couple of years later, the decision was made to sink this very well, and it took 2 prisoners just over 2.5 years to dig through solid rock and clay to reach the island's natural water table, which is still down there as we speak. It's estimated there's about 11.5 metres of fresh drinking water still down there, and we know this because we have the Environment Agency in every few weeks just to do some tests on it. And it's actually this well that determines whether or not the Isle of Wight will have a hosepipe ban in those long hot summers we're so used to here in the UK. But if we were to ask Jigsaw to bring us up a full bucket of water, she'd have to turn the wheel 34 times in total. So 17 turns one way, we take that bucket down to the waterline, then we have to take her off, put her back on the other way, and do another 17 rotations in the opposite direction to bring that full bucket back up. And when that bucket is full to its 10-gallon or 40-litre capacity, it weighs about 16.5 stone. So we're not going to ask little Jigsaw to do that today. What we're going to ask her to do is turn our wheel twice, just to bring us up an empty bucket around 6 metres, just to demonstrate what the workload would have been like. Oh, you good girl! Oh, good girl! Sure, then, Angel. Oh, you're so jiggy. Good girl. This small jump water down, so listen out for the splash. Ready? Down. So please do hold on valuables if you're going to peer over the edge. Hats and glasses have a terrible habit of falling down. So over the years, as you can imagine, we've had a few things fall down our well. Anything from hats to glasses, teddy bears, mobile phones, cameras, guidebooks, ice creams, you name it, it's down there. In the 1970s, we had 2 divers go down just to do some excavation work. When they came back up, not only did they estimate about 6 foot of coins down there, but they also brought back up with them 2 sets of false teeth. Favourite here at this castle. So on behalf of myself and Jigsaw, thank you very much for joining us in the Well House today. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask. And if you're thinking of joining up to membership on exit, please do ensure you give them Jigsaw's name. They are in the running for a prize at the end of the week. And that prize does involve the words ginger and biscuit. She knows she's going to get one anyway. So thank you very much.